The battle between the in-game leaders of Body and ZQK could definitely be something to keep an eye on as the series goes on. A few sets of util to actually start off for HUMMER. You've got ZK Zhao on one, ZQK, and of course Doniko as well. An aggressive setup coming through to the second mid area, and Exercise getting aggressive.
Yeah, he's pushed all the way down here. Has a chance to catch up Showtime. That's exactly what he does. And Afro, a 3K through the smoke, taps them all down without seeing ahead.
Well, that's an eye-opener. My goodness. All through the smoke, he lines them up and finds 3 kills. Aggressive setup there from the Frenchman. And for HEET, that's a pace setter. That is so much confidence.
Within the first 30 seconds of the round, ZQK left scratching his head. We're going to have to see the replay of that to see how Afro did it. ZQK, he has the utility, but he has no teammates, and now he has no life.
Wow, what a starter coming through from HEET. And that really sets us up for a game of, okay, HEET here to play. They want to get their full potential because so far we haven't quite seen that. Look at this again from Afro. He didn't see anyone.
Completely in the smoke, just the lineup. They walk into his crosshair. That is filthy. And what a way for HEET to kick it off. Flawless round. And now HUMMER, wow, look at the economy. They just got the Glocks.
Slightly tilting, a little bit frustrating off the back of that one. And for HEET, that is one hell of a way to start. Now it's about following up, farming up money, and knowing there's a couple of SMGs to work with. If they can get some of those SMG bonus kills in towards these Glocks, they could really start getting some money forward.
They brought out 3 M4s here, in fact, looking to really get that investment on early. And in Banana, Body, he's going to find the first. His SMG is now lucky, maybe has a chance to find that cash, taking a pod, but HUMMER are slowing it down. Want to wear out some of that util. And
just when we look at map win percentages for HUMMER, it's difficult to get a gauge because first of all, it's against local competition for the majority of it. And second of all, Lucy, they haven't played many officials. They are very much light on the maps played in the last 3 months. Well,
Body going to clear this one up. CK's out. Left alive. Body actually on for the ace here, but Lucky is going to find it in the end. Does get that SMG bonus money. M4's getting the most of that, but at least they'll have solid rifles now going into the gun round.
Now, I know you and Brandon were casting the game of HUMMER versus Eternal Fire. Now, I think we saw on Overpass a decent performance out of Showtime and delboNi, or at least we saw issues of that, right, of continuous pressure. But even with that map, how close was it? It went all the way to overtime.
It went all the way to overtime. In fact, HUMMER, it felt like maybe they were going to close it out.
Yeah,
they had some really close opportunities, but I mean, Eternal Fire, it's Lanteras, right? It's a very tough nut to crack. And I think the big thing that they had, and I touched on it before, it was ZQK. He was absent, especially on that T side. 4 for 13 for the AWPer.
Yeah, okay. Something to keep in mind, considering that was the last map that they played. Right here on the T side of Inferno, they're trying to gain some top banana control. Very passive in the side directly from HEET, trying to prod their way around with some counter utility and perhaps even trying to retake the banana control with a couple of HEs, doing some light damage onto Doniko.
A bit of chip damage there. Jocko juggling some utility about, has one of the M4s here alongside that MP9. MP5 for Afro as well, you don't always see that one coming out. A rarity there. Some more counter utility throwing out. That's 4 HEs dispensed towards B, but very little damage done.
Now, that's already a lot of information being baited across. Nice boost in for Jocko to catch Showtime off guard. Doesn't quite get that boost up towards the flower pots, so they're going to do it for a second time.
Love the juggling of the util too. The smoke comes down to delay this push any further. It's a kill for free. CK's looking to see if he can get one of his own. Might have an opportunity here behind the box, and that's Lucky removed. Now he can start to activate. There is one in here towards Pit, and now he knows with that Molotov firing out.
Now, that's a brilliant lurk attempt coming through from HUMMER because they're actually bringing that bomb back over towards B. So they want to try and over-rotate the CTs, pull that distraction. 30 seconds left on the clock. The only defender of that B site is Jocko. Boosted up around that flower pots position. He's dropped down. Now playing towards CT. He's got to stall for time. Stay alive for as long as possible.
Has no utility except this flash, which he can drop into pool. Here comes that utility coming through. Body also on the rotate. This M4 through the smoke has to do damage. Can't quite get the contact. Even the MP9 trying to rain through. Flash, the boost comes through though. Jocko has an opportunity here, but they're holding for it. Doniko removes him.
Body now getting sprayed down. ZK Zhao going to drop him, and surely this has to be the save. Hold on to your weapons, bring it into the next round. Very good sight take there for HUMMER, and it just shows the impact of ZK Zhao's lurk in the apartments on how much shifted away from that B side, because really Jocko's the only player, and as soon as you're trapped behind that smoke, you can hope for a lucky spam, you can hope to get some damage, but if you're not finding that connection, you're just locked out of the side.
Yeah, and I love that decision off losing that early man, not to get too tricky, not to try and force the issue. They just hold, wait to see if they can bring it back to the equalizer, and as soon as they get it, it's go time on B.
Yeah, HEET At least in a situation with holding a couple of M4s forward, they'll be able to buy in the next round. There'll be some limitations, but as an overall standpoint, it's a lot more prettier than if they would have lost all of those individuals. And right here for HUMMER, just try and see if they can settle themselves again. Only 5 maps played in the last 3 months for them. 2 wins, 3 losses on Inferno.
And here on LAN, where it matters most, on the big stage, elimination on the line. Have to step up here. This is the lower bracket run. The loser of this is eliminated with no chance at making it through and advancing to the group stages.
And now for HUMMER, following rounds up in a row is going to be a very tough affair and something we need to keep an eye on as the series continues onwards. And we saw in the last round they took banana control fairly lately in the round, started to put some early pressure down on baiting out that util. Remember how many HGs got baited from HEET?
Ooh, that's a pretty hefty one there. They were light last round, but Tanoko, he's brought low early on off the back of that one. So many smokes going down. The spams from Jocko not connecting its mark. He has the crest further down though. Has a teammate by his side. The flash comes through. Showtime. He gets caught off. The second player in Tanoko tucked in, but he is removed eventually.
Great pressure being applied there from Jocko and co. And just even the assistance from Body towards the top of Banana with Lucky down on the short position, denying any lurk attempt out from Boiler. And now for ZK Zhao and ZQK, they're in a 2v5. They're desperate.
Yeah, he was able to bring this back for them last time, but he's going to have to pull up some magic here. 3 players on the site, all tucked in, holding. He's making his way forward, exercise, even holding the crossfire. This is so tricky.
Yeah, it really is, especially when no one's getting aggressive. No one's giving up opportunities. Afro with a slight height of elevation and drops that bomb. ZK Zhao's the last one left. What a flawless round coming through from HEET, not losing a single player. And it just shows how much success happens all across the map. First of all, you've got Jocko getting aggressive up towards that logs position. He's got some support with the spray in from Body, allows a multi-frag. And then for the A players, they're prodding around. Lucky gets aggressive, deals with that boiler entrance. And as soon as you get into a 5v2, you play the crossfire. The round's theirs.
Yeah, it's a perfect response to what happened in the prior round, just not letting any openings be exploited there. Flawless stuff from HEET, bouncing straight back into it after conceding a round to HUMMER. Still a buy here, though, for the T's, but it's a bit of a light one. A Tech9 and a Galil out.
Look at the AKs, Lucy. There's so many AKs for HEET to work with. They have picked up an AK for everyone.
Oh, that HE going to do so much damage. They've actually had to smoke it just to avoid this aggression exercise. That Showtime removed, and the bomb dropped as well. It's isolated. The CTs are taking over the T side of the map.
Ooh, okay. There's a slight gap as ZQK goes through the smoke, but the trade is there, and they keep pushing. They don't give a damn.
Yeah, Body's just holding this. Going to walk straight in the crosshair. Oh, the trigger discipline. Is he going to pull out the knife? Oh, we don't get to see it. But still, 2-man advantage now. CK Zhao and delboNi once again. I mean, look at the bomb.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe here for HEET that there's a few rounds in which they want to give no respect. Like, we've seen them obviously play it passively in certain situations and make sure they're playing calculated, but there's also a few rounds where I get the vibe they're trying to get under their skin. They're trying to mentally break them because they're just pushing everything.
Yeah, and it's funny because in that interview, you know, Heku asked about, you know, expecting them to push to the smoke, so you're going to be holding it. HEET, they were saying, yeah, and they're ready for this trademark Brazilian aggression, and they're just fighting it with their own.
Yeah, very nice aggression, down from mid and of second. And I guess because you know you've got 5 AKs being saved in, you feel as if there's a little bit more confidence behind you to go for that sort of aggressive maneuver. Wow, HEET really putting on a statement here in the first half.
Love to see the crowd out there supporting these two teams. Little dance there on the camera. Love to see it. HUMMER, they don't love to see this buy that they've got.
No. Not at all. They are in a very awkward economy state, and just knowing the fact that there's been a lack of bomb plants in these last few rounds, that it is 4-1, he could be on for close to double digits in the first half.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Especially if they keep up this aggression, just no respect being shown. I mean, we saw it in the opening pistol round, right? Just running all the way down to get that kill. And it's great stuff from them. Bit of a pause coming through. Hopefully it should be resolved shortly, but I'd say this map maybe starting the way we expected.
Yeah, I think so. He definitely putting on a statement, and a bit of a fun fact for everyone as well. It's been nearly 7 years since ZQK has played a French team. It was versus LDLC White, and funny enough, Body and the coach of HEET, Matan, was actually playing in that game.
Digging deep for that fact.
Yeah, it's been a while. So I guess it works both ways. Body hasn't played a Brazilian team for about 4 years, and ZQK hasn't played a French team for about 7.
It's great to see some of these guys that have been in the scene for so long, still trying to grind it out, still trying to make it here all the way through to group stages of EPL. We're seeing what these players are made of. I mean, Body, he's been absolutely incredible. 1.51 rating against Encore, 101 ADR across that series. If he can do that here, I mean, it maybe is looking like that too.
Yeah, we definitely saw some good performances coming out in that Encore game. The question is, do we get those performances as it continues on? So far, it's looking pretty good for HUMMER, but so far, it is also a slightly extended break. We're going to come back just after this.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that one. We are about to get this one back underway. HEET versus HUMMER.
And it's already been a pretty good showing in from the Frenchmen. 4-1. We've seen some exciting stuff from their city side, some pretty good clips, and some impactful rounds. And I think for HUMMER, they just need that break, that one momentum shift to start getting their way back in towards this T side. Because if this continues down this sort of route, this could be a very good first map for HEET.
Yeah, the aggression we're seeing out from them is absolutely punishing. And now we get to see the AWP coming out for the first time in afro as well. He's 6 for 0. I mean, that started with that 3K.
Yeah. He's definitely a very proficient AWPer, and we see exactly why. Okay, that's a bit of a confidence booster for him.
The run boost across to find the kill. It is just against the deco, but doesn't make that any less spectacular. 7 for 0 for him. Going for a flawless start here. Jocko, he's taking a lot of ground towards Banana.
A very aggressive approach again coming into HEET, just trying to see if they can continue to spam down the bottom of Banana position. Jocko does get spammed in by the Deagle, so now they might have to change it up ever so slightly because the aggression's going to continue forward, and Body makes sure it's a couple of kills that continues his way.
Great transfer there onto the second player. If he'd gone down there, that was an avenue into the B site, and potentially a bomb plant or even worse. But it is shut down. delboNi with the Desert Eagle creeping forward here. Lucky is holding the line, and afro with that AWP from earlier. Every single angle is covered.
This Deagle just trying to make any magic happen out towards the apartments itself, but Lucky swinging on the contact towards that long angle is going to finish off the job. So for a moment there, feels as if something might be presented. You get a single Deagle kill through that smoke towards Banana onto Jocko, but that's really all that happens. And for HEET, as an anti-eco, they can be very happy about that.
Yeah, just losing the one player. Exactly what you want there. Good to see that AWP coming out. I wonder when we're going to see the one for ZQK, the man we said we need to watch and to step up. Not on the AWP yet, it's just AKs.
And money just not quite there, and even T-side Inferno might not see it that often from ZQK. Might have to wait to that second half and try and see if they can build themselves up a little bit of a lead. Early util towards that top of Banana half-wall position. Quite a lot of contact and mid-aggression to continue from HUMMER.
Once again, going for this boost, they're happy to throw this early utility and then concede Banana. Let HUMMER have that one, knowing that their side hold is strong enough to deal with any assault. This time going to be a bit of a lean towards the A side. That bomb actually making its way through apps early.
Now, one thing to always keep an eye out for afro too on the city side is a lot of versatility. You'll see him playing out on short, long, over towards the B side, always moving that AWP around, making it really difficult to have that read on where he could be playing from. As of right now, a little bit wider up onto the angle towards that right-hand side. HUMMER very slow on the default so far.
Smoke coming through to block that vision for afro. Has got a teammate coming to support him. Oh, they're actually going to go for the boost here. The silent one on the edge of that lip there. Body going to be peering over this one as they edge forward. Doesn't quite have the vision though, and delboNi, he's holding for it. Body, he's removed.
A very good spot and very good execution in for delboNi. They don't have to commit towards this A side. They've still got the lurk of Showtime towards the top of Banana, and this is a very similar position that we've seen Jocko in before. The only player to hold down B.
Yeah, finding that kill. They're going to change tact. All 5 Ts now making their way over to the B side. The utility, it starts to rain out. afro, he's going to be on the rotate, but Jocko, he had to find something in Showtime. He peeks before the smoke even blooms.
Jocko just trying to play anti-flash, look back in towards that CT ball position, then turn around on 180 and just gets caught on the timing. The wide swing coming through allows that opening advantage for Showtime to open up B, and this is another save call. And for HUMMER, I will give them the benefit of the doubt that in the mid rounds, anytime they've rotated over towards B, they've had a decent read on the situation.
Yeah, good calls here for HUMMER coming out from that in-game leader of ZQK. And Showtime gets his first on the board. He's been a big frag leader for them. Needs to be stepping up, so it's good signs from him early on. Need to see a bit more of that if HUMMER want to get a few more rounds here on the T side. It's only going to be their second.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Showtime in the EPL. Played in season 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Way back, rolling through the time. Looking at some of the Brazilian lineups, playing on North American lineups as well in EPL. Trying to see if he could do it with a Brazilian lineup this time.
A lot of experience on both these rosters. Comes into form here on LAN, in front of the crowd, where you need that resilience. When elimination is on the line, you have to be able to dig deep and stand strong.
And just to know that they're representing a new org as well. Remember, this was the ex-Imperial side, went over to Sal Catano, now here at HUMMER Esports. To know that this is kind of your debut big event here in conference to try and advance in towards that Pro League itself, this is a great way to represent the new org.
If they can get that group stage position, get that advancement, that would be huge for them going forward. Jocko trying to go huge here in Banana. Oh, Showtime peeks out in the Molotov. It's burned alive. The spray down. Oh, it's even a team kill amidst it.
Lovely util set. Just so much damage coming through from the incendiary that the fights just got brought into the open. And as soon as that log player dies, you can see the HUMMER, they're desperate for the trade. They're swinging forward to put as much down onto Jocko as possible to bring it back into that 4v4. They line up for a moment. A TK comes into the mix. Scrappy stuff there towards the bottom of Banana. And for HEET, that's a simple triple.
Yeah, and I like the way HEET are changing up the way they're approaching Banana as well. You know, we've seen they've gone for these more defensive setups like we saw the prior round, which actually didn't quite work out for them. This time they go for the aggressive. They take full control and they're rewarded.
Well, one thing that I've noticed too is that HUMMER aren't following up rounds because HEET seem to have that adaptability after they lose one. And I think you're absolutely on the ball there with the idea that they've just lost the last round. Okay, let's get a little bit more aggressive towards Banana. Let's try and change it up.
That's the aggression that's been working out for HEET. We've seen it every single round, like just starting with the pistol and going on there. delboNi trying to piece something together here if they can find this opener, but no, Body, he's not going to let him.
This is such a statement. Even in a situation like that where Body could have played passive, played the crossfire down on B, he's still aggressive around that half-full position, flash over the top to peek with it. And for HUMMER, it feels as if it, maybe not so much a one-trick pony, but in a situation where you get an opportunity, but you're not able to do any more with it.
This is so unfortunate. The team kill. I mean, Jocko just has the perfect lineup there. All three delivered to him on a platter. Great stuff there on the defense. HUMMER pulled the timeout out. They do have the full buy into this one. They really need to start digging deep, get the coach on the line and bring up with some new change of pace perhaps could be the answer.
Have a chat with Chaos, try and see if he can provide some assistance. Ex-coach of Imperial and Keyed, and try and see if he can offer up some experience forward and try and help out. Been with these guys for about a year now, so definitely have a very good relationship. But this is difficult. This has not been easy, and we always knew that that was going to be the case coming into this. It's a stage matchup, it's a lower bracket game, a lot of pressure on the line, and you're facing against a top side in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. HEET, one of the favorites in this conference stage. Were moved down to the lower bracket, but they don't want to stay there. They want to hold on to this position and make their way into group stages. Jocko, he defended the Banana last time. Going to be pushing down aggressively through the smoke. They jump straight into him. There's a player that's got path though. Showtime, he's managed to get through. The flashes there everywhere, but Jocko's spraying down all of his teammates. Showtime still here, but Afro does find him.
What is going on? How is he multi-fragged? How has he managed another kill down to the bottom of Banana when there's still someone up on the top? HUMMER now trying to get some pace forward into the brackets position, but the crossfire is locked. The whole round is over, and just when they take a tactical, it feels as if they want to contain that Banana control. They have to cancel. They go quickly into brackets, and then it's a disaster there as well.
Yeah, feels like maybe the comms got a bit muddied there. Showtime makes his way past Jocko, and somehow they pass each other without the contact. The flashes are coming through, utility raining through. It's just chaos. But it's HEET that come out ahead.
And it's just Jocko consistently getting away with maneuvers in which he probably shouldn't have. There's no way he should have got two there.
Absolutely not. 8 kills for him, but Afro 8 kills, no deaths yet. We'll see how long he can keep that one up. Not really being tested here. Banana being such a focal point for HUMMER, but they're not really having success.
And is this, Lucy, where we get into the conversation again of HUMMER not winning a single map pick over the course of conference? They're down 2-7 on their map pick of Inferno.
Yeah, it's not a great start here. You really do want to be changing that tail. We'll see if they can do it. Still quite a few rounds here to work with. Can maybe build up a bit of a defense here. Exercise, he's going to be tested here. They're going to be barreling up short towards him, but lucky he's tucked into side as well. Even a defensive smoke getting thrown down. Slowing down this assault with the utility.
Yeah, HEET in a very good position. 2 players contained in the bomb site directly, a couple still on rotate from spawn, and even Body's going to try and force them back from the brackets position.
Oh, Exercise doing some damage there with the spam. This is where Body can come through. Showtime does get the trade with that Tech 9 Afro. He's rotated over. That's another kill for him. Holding the line. Oh, even gets it onto Denoko as he fades around the corner, and delboNi, he's removed as well. It's ZQK, and he's on the wrong side of the map.
Just being that lurk over towards the B site, and when you've got an in-game leader in a position where all your teammates are fallen, you can't really blame him. He's hoping that the site is going to at least get taken, or there's going to be some trades, anything with the eco pistols, that he could be that late wrap, come through from spawn, be the cheeky entity, and it's even being watched now.
Yeah, no chance here. Jocko holding the line with the M4, spots him. Chance there for the 1 dig, but can't quite connect it. The defense of HEET holding true. Fantastic utility usage, stops that push in its track, and the rotations come through, and there's just no chance.
You talk about the util. HEET are ranked first in the event on CT side for most flash assists per round. And I think we have seen a lot of that. Body getting flash forward of the half wall, Jocko too with some of the assistance. One thing that we can always count HEET on, especially on CT sides, is good util.
And part of that comes from this core has been together for so long now. Just so much synergy between these players. They're hungry for that LAN to make it all the way to group stages. You can see that teamwork coming into effect here. That could be a nice nade. Yeah, it brings that QK down low a bit. Noko also brought low 2 in Banana. He's had to get a frag.
Yeah, an opening advantage could be all the difference, and there it is onto Jocko. Slight information being body blocked in by the nade. The spam comes through, and finally for HUMMER, they at least get some breathing room.
Yeah, but can they do something with this man advantage? The best position they've been in for a while. So he's out with another on afro as well. That's his first death. That's a big kill onto the AWPer.
Yeah, of course it is. And with so much time left on the clock, they can really slow this down. Try and mimic some over-rotations, regroup as a team. They've got exercise up onto that Keo position down on the short side. And for HEET, this is a very uncomfortable position to try and recover. They might just completely gamble stack on A.
Yeah, it's the right call, the 3v5. You have to make the stack somewhere. It's going to be to the A side. Hopefully HUMMER don't overthink this. They seem to have the right idea, making their way up B. If they get cold feet, it could get scary.
And the last thing they want to do is run into a stack. They've got to try and work the default and gather that information the best that they can. And Showtime showing some presence up towards that top of Banana position. There is still a lurk of ZK Zhao in mid and delboNi over towards this A site, but it seems like the set piece in B is going to rain through.
Yeah, Body's made his way over with that M4, can try and spam away. If he can find a kill, maybe two over the gap. But can he exploit it? Showtime trying to punish it. No kill going either way. He has to find some impact here, trying to exploit this gap, but 2 managed to get by.
Oh, that's a shame, because that could have been a very good chance there. Massive gap in that city smoke. And now for HEET, look for exit frags. You've got so much money in the bank. Yeah, they're not going to go on for the full-on retake, but if they can make this expensive, that's the best that they can ask for.
Yeah, look at the money. 3 players with 5 digits. They definitely want to start hunting this. HUMMER, barely $1 in the bank between them. If they can find even 2 kills here, that would be huge.
Position themselves quite passively towards the city spawn, hoping for some trails to go in towards a construction and spawn area. Instead, quite a lot of the T's are actually backing off in Banana.
Well, there's that first kill. Lucky even holding this one. If he decides to peek into mid, wait, hold up. Is he trying to defuse it? No, he's just trying to fake them in. The bait works. That's a kill.
Not bad at all. Do they get any more? That's 3 kills, Lucy. And knowing that that round was pretty much over, they were in a 3v5, they had a lack of information, that is very good. Very good economical damage, because we know for HUMMER, the follow-up has been the toughest. Yeah, we've had some good glimpses. We've had 3 rounds obviously gained on the T side, but it's can they turn that second round in a row? Because if they can't, looking at the economy state, they'll be reset again and forced onto an eco.
One small victory as they do recover that AWP. We've yet to see the come out on the T side here. ZQK not having any impact yet, but now here's this opportunity to help them convert this round.
Actually bringing the AWP of Afro towards B. Haven't seen this at all in the first half. And more pace this time as well, or trying to contain the Banana controls. ZQK getting boosted up. Might be looking to try and get some flashes over for his teammates on an apps pop.
Yeah, he's got 2 in his pocket, probably maybe 1 or 2 even drop for him. We've seen this one set up used before. I think Brokey has done this one before. See if it pans out for them. Here we go, these flashes about to rain through. That bomb making its way out towards app. Just 2 defenders here, the flashes. They're going to rain through. Lucky, he's full blind here. Exercise tucked in though, doing damage. Lucky able to get a kill out of the back of it. And the rotation from Jocko, it comes through. Kills going back and forth here. It's even Stevens, 3 for 3, but Lucky, he's still alive in the side.
Trying to stay alive for as long as possible. Going to get forced out by that incendiary straight into Showtime, but the Glil wins out. And now for Afro and Body, they're out of position. They're going to try this 2v3, but HUMMER have broken open A.
Fair bit of damage done to 2 of these players though. Body can try and find these. Afro on the AWP. It's not really the weapon you want for the job, and now Body, he's been smoked off.
And they need to present a frag, and in quickly, AWP v AWP duel towards Pit. Afro goes over to the AK instead.
Yes, the right decision here. They got the info that some of these players are tagged from those initial engagements. He can try and finish them off, try and close them in here. ZQK holding these little gaps here with the AWP. Not being presented with anything yet. That clock is ticking low. Showtime trying to peek out here, trying to find something. No kills being presented either way, but there's the first, and that's Body's cue to leave.
Get out of that one. You'll know you'll be able to buy next round anyway. And for HUMMER finally being able to find some consistency in a row, tail a few rounds together. And it came down to the idea of really being able to punish towards that apps pop. Those flashes really rained down successfully. A lot of the anchor players just couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, and even though they managed to find one kill and the rotation came through, they got down to that 3-on-3, they still had the util to shut it out. And they end up being able to hold the post plant, pull it off successfully, and, you know, a bit of a sign of life here from HUMMER.
Lucky really needed one in that bomb site. That kill from Showtime with the Galil towards that graveyard entrance was really the difference maker. And for HEET, they'll probably be looking at that one and say, okay, that was a little bit unorthodox. Definitely not a setup that you're used to. Typical app smokes is really the smoke going down towards Moto and the flashes from brackets. That time around, it was the flashes over the apartments itself.
Off the back of the 2 consecutive rounds, HEET, they call the timeout, maybe slow down that momentum a little bit, have the coach on the line, a bit of a chat on how to approach this one. Still plenty in the bank for them to full invest into this one, but they don't want to let HUMMER get too many more rounds.
Yeah, always great to see an in-game leader and a coach play together in history, but then also move into slightly different positions where you're still playing, but Maton's gone into more of a coaching role and trying to help the guys out, because when they were playing as delboNi, I know that he was helping them out towards the end there, but he actually only kind of got brought on when he was more involved.
See if that is the difference. Full buyout for both teams here. Afro going for the peak here. It is being held if he decides to swing any further, but Jocko, he's going to get the first contact here. Oh, it's another team kill. The grenade bounces back and takes down delboNi. 2-man advantage now. Give it up and body even on the blind kill. The spray finds another.
What do you say about that one? Again, another TK down in towards that banana position. And anytime HUMMER have gone aggressive in banana, they've been railed. They've been absolutely shut down. And it shows how consistent the protocols with the util are from HEET towards the top of banana. Orb comes through from Afro. And this is a simple round by the Frenchman.
It just feels like you cannot try and contest banana early. Take it on later. They've been able to do that successfully quite a few times. But when they go for these early contests, they just come out behind every single time. Even Showtime now going to get hunted. They're coming from every direction. 9 now for HEET.
And this has got to be realized by ZQK or the coach there of HUMMER of we can't take banana early round. Anytime we do, it's either Jocko multi-fragging, it's body that's getting into the mix, Afro sometimes even AWPs towards that B side. It has been a pit over towards that area of the map in the first 20 seconds. And just to think that HUMMER had done so well those last couple of rounds, it feels like they're never getting a break. It feels like they're always getting crunched down, and action is just always here for the French.
Yeah, and they decided to full invest into this one as well. A Mac 10 and a Galil, not ideal. The utility also light. This time Afro is going to go for the peek here. ZQK gets flashed off the line. Now Afro can hold it. If he goes for this re-peek, he's holding it. Oh, even gets the flick on the Showtime as he wide swings across. Going to reposition up onto the half wall too to get another try.
Lovely shot in from Afro. Wasn't even thinking about that player swinging out from the left-hand side perspective. Even that incendiary, how well timed that is, because you could see the brackets take was trying to come in.
Oh, that's Jocko fighting ZQK. He's even going to continue to push further forward through that smoke. Going to slink all the way back behind. delboNi and CSGO, they can recover that bomb, but they are boxed in.
There's been too many rounds in which HEET have been down second mid, over towards the T-stairs, in positions they really shouldn't be, but they keep getting away with it.
Yeah, in this matchup, when you're looking at these two teams, the regions they came from, and looking at them on this big stage, you're not looking at thinking HEET is going to be the one that's just running at you from every direction.
10-4. This is a very good showing on the CT side right now from HEET. And for HUMMER, knowing that they didn't have the best buy in the last round, knowing that they weren't able to get a bomb plant, the buy is even worse. 4 Mac 10s and a Galil is all they can bring to the table in round 15.
Yeah, double AWPs here coming out from HEET, maybe changing it up a bit, trying to catch them off guard. They do manage to get banana control this time. Damage has been done to slow them down though. Just going to commit off this though. Look, they're just pushing through. The Mac 10s are going to try and just charge down this side. Jocko with the AK, he's here and he has to hold the defense. ZQK is snuck all the way through.
This is a very good lurk attempt to come through. The bomb does get dropped and rotations are coming in quickly.
Yeah, but ZQK is actually going to activate now. He's pushed all the way up with this Mac 10, but he's actually not fighting anyone. He's got a ring around the Rosie here, lucky on the rotate. He's pushing up through banana, keeping them tricky, but ZQK, that's the kill. Finds the AWP player, lucky now. If he can find this, ooh, it's just body left, the 1v2, the bomb still hasn't gone down.
Yeah, body swinging out towards that construction position, and 5 rounds get gained from HUMMER. Not a bad end to the half, but I think as an overall picture, Lucy, they should have won more.
Yeah, HEET feeling good with this one. We're going to throw now to Heku, who's on the sidelines.
In the pre-game interview, Buddy said that they were confused by the veto, and most likely because HUMMER decided to pick Inferno. The Frenchmen have a way higher % win rate on this map, but maybe the Brazilians prepared something special in the second half. We'll be back with it in a moment.
What's the battle of the H's here? HUMMER versus HEET, and it's a 10-5 half to the lead of HEET. Going into this pistol dwag, do HUMMER have what it takes?
Well, he are currently the best team in pistol rounds in this entire event. 8 wins and 1 loss. That is an unreal record, and just knowing that a pistol round could be the difference of a victory, I think it's coming here for HEET.
Well, we'll see. We do get the dual Berettas coming out for CK Zhao. It's been a favorite. We've seen that a few times during this event. Maybe they can do some magic here.
They've got to get the right read. They've got to be able to try and fight this head on. And knowing they've got a double play in the apartments, this is already looking like a bit of an apps pop setup, or at least a take it to brackets.
Yes, CK Zhao, he could stop this. These players are going to be trickling straight into his crosshair alongside delboNi. That's the first, holding for the second player exercise. They're going to try and swing on him, but Lucky is holding it. The kills come back and forth, and it's a 3 versus 3 now.
A very good trading game coming through from HEET, and even towards a banana position, Donoko's not been able to find a bunch of tools. ZQK's getting forced out to the open, hasn't spotted the bomb just yet.
Yeah, ZQK has to stay alive here. The rotation has come through, though, for Showtime. He's here with a bit of utility. Going to swing out and try and take some pot shots, but not able to connect them.
And rather than committing off of that timing, they're actually going to go back towards a long control, have to take the fight head on. Showtime out on the other side against the P250. A couple of taps are going his way, but not over-peaking in the matter.
Okay, the smoke's going to come down to block his vision as well. Can't be fighting this one, but Donoko, he's made his way over with the USP. All 3 CTs trying to hold off this assault here. Showtime just trying to throw some bullets through, even throws a smoke down of his own to slow this down.
And now HEET are second-guessing themselves, and Donoko might be getting aggressive. Spots out that bomb onto body and drops it too.
That's a big kill there, but Afro good for the trade. That bomb can be recovered. The CTs, they're going to push in on it. They know it was dropped there, and they know they have to contest this exercise. He activates, so comes out from out of balcony, and now Showtime left into this 1-on-2, but there's only 20 seconds.
He's got to try and play the time, playing it around the bomb. Both players making a lot of noise. Try and peek back in towards his brackets position. They line up for a moment, and Showtime gets the clutch together. The 1v2 goes the way of HUMMER, and that may just keep their hopes back in here in the first map of the series.
Well, Drag, that statistic, now 8 for 2. HUMMER, show the business here. Showtime pulling off the 1v2 clutch, catches the timing, prevents that bomb making its way to the site. Now HUMMER, maybe some momentum, maybe a chance here off the pistol. If they can get this conversion, they can get that ball rolling.
Perhaps so. We've really seen delboNi be one of the best clutches on this HUMMER side, but sometimes all it takes is one moment and one round to change the complexion of a map itself. Now for HEET, they're not going to go for the force buy come the next round. They're going to get a bomb plant in the round, so they're just going to opt to go for the light eco. Look to get the rifles up come round 18.
Yeah, round 18 is going to be the one to look to, because look at the investment from HUMMER. They've gone for 3 SMGs and a FAMAS. They're going up against that full AK buy. They're not really going to have the weapons for the job.
And we saw for the HUMMER side coming through the South American qualifier, a little bit different to how some of the other teams got there. We've seen some promotions through from ECL, the National Championships, but for HUMMER, it was actually an open qualifier that got them into this spot.
Shows that they've got the guts and grits, and ZQK needs to show he's got the aim. Tucked in here. Oh, there's another team kill. That's 3 TKs for HUMMER so far. Donoko now, but he's pushed down, dropped the bomb. Oh god, exercise, he's finding the kill. It's a 3v3 now, but CKZ, he's gonna even back up, finds another kill, just tapping away. Afro, ooh, taking some damage. No kills going so far. Both these Ts are trapped down towards bottom mid.
Oh, this is getting really messy for an eco that really doesn't have many upgrades at all. Afro's the last one alive, and, well, I don't have a lot of faith that he's going to win the round, Lucy. One more pick could be on for this MP9. A lot of damage coming through for delboNi, but not quite enough. The distance in the scoreline closing, but still there for HUMMER. They won't be happy with losing a couple of players.
Yeah, that was way too much damage. He should not have gotten away with the amount of kills that they just did. Means that HUMMER can have to fully reinvest into this one, keeping that money honest. Doesn't mean they can get a few more rifles when they had a bunch of MP9s, so it's going to be a little bit more contested against the AKs of HEET.
Watch out for Lucky too on T side, currently 3rd in the event for most opening kills, opening up a lot of space, being able to be that front man, and that's going to be what HEET rely on come the T side.
He was the only positive player across that endpoint series as well, which they lost. So definitely one to be looking towards here. 10 for 5 at the moment. I mean, all of these HEET players are popping off.
Even for Doneco, have not seen the best performance from him, and in the last 3 months, he's the highest rated player for HUMMER, averaging a 1.03 on Inferno.
Check out this boost that I've got 2 on top of quad here. ZQK alongside CKZL playing anti-flash. There comes the first, the flashbang comes through, tries to switch up, actually isn't able to find the kill exercise. He's going to aggress up further, gets a second.
They might continue the pace here, down towards that short position. Decent HE back in from delboNi. Doneco getting back down towards that bottom of banana position, spotting so much info, but still a 3v3.
Ooh, that would have been a critical kill if he could find it. Does in the end though. Lucky overpicks. Getting a little bit zealous there. These two Ts making their way through long here. delboNi is on site with this FAMAS though.
How does he swing out? Too wide and he might get exposed. 2 picks going to come through to the site directly. Up towards the top of Graveyard. It's actually going to be Afro in the site directly.
And they know these players are coming in through from mid. They spotted them earlier. Jocko, this is going to be a perfect flash. If he swings off this, it actually forces them back. Smoke coming through to force him out of that position. Showtime gets the kill. Afro tucked into site here. The 1v2, this is the difficult. They're both going to swing out. The spray, almost good. Gets one, but Showtime able to close it.
Another clutch coming through from HUMMER, getting that 1v1, picking off one another. Showtime being the one to close it. And what an awkward round that was from both sides. You could see there for the HEET boys getting the brackets position, initially being able to break that setup apart towards the top of quad up on Porch, but then Lucky maybe over-peaking in brackets, didn't really need to take the fight down to those bottom mid positions, considering they were splitting into A anyway.
Yeah, and they knew that they were there holding the line, right? Like they knew that flank had come through, but maybe Lucky just feeling like the pressure that flank is on, he has to try and contest it. And unfortunately, he comes out behind, and now we get to see that AWP from ZQK. Didn't have impact on the T side. Can the CT side be where he does it?
Worrying signs in the early few rounds of the half to come through from HEET, but a lot of aggression in from Lucky, getting spammed down and eventually going to get dropped.
Big kill there from Doneco. Half investment here from HEET. Just the upgraded pistols. Galil for exercise, and all spam from Doneco doing damage. That's a second kill for him.
Doneco really getting involved in a round like this. And for HEET, you start wondering what is really left in the round. You've got a few upgrades. Try and see if they can work that Galil. Even some retaking nades going towards Banana. Missed smoke, actually, which should have bounced up on the half wall. HUMMER looking to close the gap at 9-10.
A couple of confidence kills for Doneco as well. He was 3 for 15. Gets a couple here. You feel a bit more. That flash is going to set him up for success. Able to get the one. Exercise does get the trade. But now we're into this 2-on-4. There is a smoke for Afro, so they do have a way into this, particularly because Showtime has fallen off the site.
Now, getting a bomb plant and another kill could actually be quite rewarding. Showtime not spraying through that smoke just yet. Even the rotation for delboNi, they're slowing it down. They're not making noise, and the boost is coming through to Flower Pot.
Oh no, it looks like a good idea. Actually, it pays off. Exercise gets the kill, but the trades come through. That bomb plant hopefully can still get this down. Actually going to bait it out. Showtime trying to come through a contested Afro, trying to play the mind games here, but that flank is coming through from Banana. They're all closing in on him, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it could have been a very good opportunity of allowing more money to get applied to the economy state there from HEET, but instead they're thinking about the economical damage of further impact kills. Doesn't quite happen with the bait out to Showtime's perspective. And HUMMER have been flawless in this second half. I could say that we're quite impressed by the Brazilians. The main factor is, though, does this continue? Once we get into more rifle rounds, are we going to continue to see the success?
Yeah, with Afro getting that AWP, I'm looking to him to make the impact. 16 for 7 so far. Fraggling alongside Exercise is also 16 for 7. These two players doing it all here for HEET. He's going to be going for this early peek here, holding the line, but not going to be given a kill.
Double play into Boiler with an AWP. Okay, this is something that you don't see every day. And for Jocko, he's just trying to bait for information, not taking that bedroom control just yet.
There's maybe a bit of a timer here on this Boiler setup, because they can walk out through apps, and the CTs have to be aware of this. They can't hold it forever.
HUMMER definitely wanting the aggressive approach towards A rather than B. You can see both of those anchor players of Showtime and Doneco much further back in the site directly. And this is allowing HEET to get full Banana control.
Exercise. Okay, here comes this contest. The trap can be sprung, and it is successful. Jocko removed from the server, and they back out.
A very nice crossfire being set that one of them was going to back up one another. And Showtime could put the smoke down. Doneco even dealing with Lucky.
Yeah, gets a dink, but it even does the damage onto body as well. That AWP getting swapped over. The low HP player. There's 3 CTs already over here.
So difficult for HEET to make anything more happen. They do at least find a pick towards that Spools area, but Exercise really needs this lurk kill.
That's a big kill because it keeps the players interested towards CT. CKZL the only one here at the moment. There is a player close by in Speedway that can come over on this rotate. And the longer it takes, the more keen ZQK is to come over with that AWP.
That timing's going to be everything, down to his peak towards his bracket position. Is anyone holding it? Is anyone looking the other way? He misses that AWP shot.
Oh, that is critical. He's going to fall back to site, so a second chance here. The Incendiary also thrown out. 15 seconds on the clock. Afro on the flank, though, does find him. Still this player in towards Pit, though. CKZL, he could disrupt everything. The clock, it's ticking down. That bomb coming through long. CKZL has to find this kill. They're coming from every direction. The bomb, it is going to go down.
Oh, my goodness. How is this still a winnable round? 2v2. ZKZL's repositioned to mini-pit.
He's still here, still trying to fight these fights. There's so little HP on both these Ts. As CKZL eventually finds Body, it's just Afro left with the AWP. Has to hit some banger shots. Body presents itself, but can't quite land it. That's the headshot through the edge of the wall. Has to find the second player. The positioning, it's almost there, but CKZL, he's stuck in pit the whole time, and he closed it out.
The clutches. That is what's kept HUMMER in this second half, Lucy. We have seen 3 1vx situations go the way of the Brazilians in only 5 rounds that have been played in this second half. HEET know they're so close. They're so close to that economical turmoil. They're so close to winning their first round in the second half. It just hasn't come yet.
Look at that scoreline. 10-10. Definitely the right time to be calling that tactical for HEET.
HUMMER putting on a very good show here in the second half, but they do know themselves the rounds do need to be a little bit more convincing. They've got to try and keep more players alive, because you can see by that economy situation, it is not looking pretty. As for HEET, though, not fighting around in the second half kind of has an opposite effect to a lot of the momentum they found in the first.
Look like the opening was there with Afro finding that kill. ZQK, when he missed that shot peeking in towards mid, it looked like it was all over there. The assault could come through, but the clutch reigns supreme for HUMMER. Double M4A4 setup. We are on the pre-patch where the A1S is supreme. It's interesting to see 2 of those come out.
Yeah, very much so. We get to see what those 2 boys can do in particular. HEET bringing a lot of players towards the front set of that banana control. ZQK seeing nothing out towards mid. A lot of early utility too.
Yeah, he's flashed off the angle, has to fall back. That's banana control given for free here. Double setup in towards that. That's those 2 M4A4s trying to play the close range angle, but not Denoko and Showtime. They do it all here on Banana, shut down this assault.
Retaking nades towards the top of Banana, and rather than falling back, they want to get aggressive on the matter. delboNi aggressing through into that boiler position, into bedroom, everything going their way.
This HE as well. Afro's trying to go get in front of it, and he is able to do the damage. Gets brought low in the process, and now this second app player, CKZL, he can swing down, gets the kill into Jocko, and now it's just Afro. 18 HP and 4 players.
This is a big wake-up call now for HEET come the second half. Limited success. HUMMER, this is probably one of the strongest rounds we've seen from them yet. Very good take towards that top of Banana, and the success continuing towards the A side.
You're keeping so many players alive. It's going to allow them to build up that economy. If Afro can find anything here, it'll keep them in check. With such little HP, it's going to be very difficult. He's being held now by ZQK with that AWP. If he decides to swing out, it's straight into the big green, and there it is.
11 and a lead. And who would have really thought that HUMMER would have been in a position like this when we saw how much of a struggle it was come that first half, how difficult it was to string rounds together. And now you're in a fact where you're up by 1, you've put HEET into a situation where they've got to eco, and this is looking very positive for the Brazilians.
It's crazy when you look at the kill distribution on these 2 teams. You look at how many kills these individual players are. It doesn't look like HUMMER should be in the lead.
They've really stepped it up. ZQK, even with that AWP, looking down for the mid position, trying to see if he can farm up some eco frags in a round like this.
Almost given the opportunity, decides to scamper off, repositioning the apps for a bit of a change up there. Won't be expecting him on that angle. These Tech-9s, bit of armor behind them, so still an opportunity to do some damage. Even if they can recover a rifle, it's huge. delboNi, he's going to drop that Incendiary as they try and push through. The spray, it is good. Actually burns out in the end. Even the counter utility, but they have got a bit of ground here. ZQK tucked in with CKZL. They have to hold the defense.
A very strong counter utility from HUMMER. More damage continuing to rain through. Afro trying to present a frag. There is a low HP player, ZQZL, out towards the boiler position, and Body's at least been able to find one, but the bomb's been dropped in the worst position possible. So now the A-Take can't just do anything.
Yeah, they find these kills, but is it going to matter? Lucky doesn't have that bomb, recovers the AWP, but now he has to work out how he can even piece this one together. These 2 CTs, they are holding the line. They know exactly where he is.
At least he's got time. That he's got on his side. He can slow it down, try and see if he can pre-aim all of these positions, and we know that Lucky is pretty proficient on the AWP too.
has no idea where either of these CTs are either. They're holding this crossfire. Going to be peeking into this one. Has to be ready for it. And delboNi with the M4A4. He's holding the line, and he stops the clutch.
HUMMER, another round to add to the tally. This is getting out of control, and we might have to see another tactical at some point coming through from the HEET side. Get that inside back in, and there it is, another one called. Maton, try and see if he could just spread this apart, because again, the limited success on T side, not a single round. HUMMER just continuing the streak.
Yeah, they need to find something here. They need that confidence booster on the T side. Try and get a few rounds together here, because HUMMER's defense, there's been a few gaps in it, but it's looking pretty strong overall. They're able to close these out fairly convincingly. A couple of clutches, but for the most part, looking very good on the CT side.
Yeah, we saw even in the last season, season 40 of ECL, which got them the spot into conference, it was a map that they picked 3 times in the playoffs. So we know that there is the surprise come the veto, because he actually don't mind Inferno. It's a fairly strong map for them in the pool. So to actually see that in the last 3 months, they've got a 52.4% win rate on T side, we're not seeing any of it.
We saw in the interview that they were a little surprised by the veto, right? And perhaps that's coming on display here. HUMMER pulling this one out of left field and maybe catching HEET off guard. Not quite prepared for this matchup on this map specifically.
Now try and see if they can spam through that smoke, catch off anyone aggressing and trying to have a sight line down to that second mid area. Very passive round in general here for HUMMER. 3 on B. They're not showing their guard though. They haven't over-aggressed at all. And even that AWP is in there with the mixer rifles.
Just waiting for someone to walk up to Bernardo and take that aggression, but they're not going to be giving it so far. Exercise, he's looking for an opening in towards apps. The smokes have been deployed by the CTs, but now a bit of utility comes through.
It does force the CTs a little bit deeper into the site directly. No one playing up on long could allow Body to take quite a lot of space himself and leave that lurker Lucky down there towards the logs, and he's at least waiting for the CTs to start making a prod.
He gets the info here, but off the back of that, just spotting Lucky, they're going to start to rotate players over. The rest of the HEET players, they've just been sitting top mid. They haven't committed to this site take yet.
Yeah, this is a very good read in for HUMMER, just realizing that Lucky was the only lurk towards that banana position, rotating 4 and 8 directly. And Body's got to try and catch them though, coming in from Arch and Library.
Yeah, Danoko looking for the peak. Kamel maybe spots out a little bit there. Body's holding it, trying to aggress forward, but that flash is perfect from CK Zhao. Shuts Showtime up for success. Danoko even finding Lucky off the back of it. They're pushing through. CK Zhao just tucked into the site, but he does get cleared in the end, and Showtime caught in the open.
Excellent entries, really well done from HEET, and now even Exercise has spotted off Danoko trying to come through from short.
Does hear the drop though. He's going to try and push forward, trying to fight this, trying to skirt through the smokes, but they got the full read on his position. Before you know it, it's just CQK left. It looked perfect for HUMMER.
You've got to be fuming. That was such a good start to the round. The flash assist that came forward for Showtime to peek in Library, the fact that Danoko makes it a 5-on-3, and then what happens? The site gets crumbled, the entries continue to flow through, and for HEET, that should be a round in which they never have a chance of winning, and somehow they've managed to do so.
It's a great response from HEET though. You know, they lose those 2 players and they just full commit to the execute. They don't let the communications get muddled, and they go for those great crossfires onto site, clearing every angle. And HUMMER, they are removed. Finally, the first T round here for HEET.
And hopefully more. Hopefully it's not just the only one. HEET in a position in which it has been a long time coming to find an extra round. And for HUMMER, now you wonder what the response is going to be from their part. We're going to see some more aggression, because when you look at that round as an overall picture, it was very passive. The 3B players with the AWP were quite defensive. There wasn't a lot of map control being taken.
You talked about the flash assist for HEET. During that round, all of those kills that came onto the site, there was a flash assist in the feed. They were looking strong, but delboNi, he's going for a bit of aggression here. Might be able to catch a player off guard. Body just managed to escape away, and Lucky, he's not giving out the back. This is Joko's time. What is that spin? The one tap on the ZQK.
Lovely stuff, and even the trade comes through towards Banana, and now ZK Zhao fills as well. Jeez, just when you think that HUMMER's got the read, just when they aggressed down Banana, the information was there. The 180 spin by Joko, a masterpiece.
Absolutely filthy, and they're even hunting Showtime. Doesn't get a chance to save. When it looked like HEET, their backs were against the wall, couldn't get a single T round. They bounce back in convincing fashion.
Now, what we do have to address, though, is remember, 3 1vx clutches came through on the City side in the first 5 rounds there for the Hummer side, which means the economy isn't built up. And now you've got a round like this where you get Jocko with a 6 sequence, where everybody falls. Look at the economy. There's no funds.
We get to see how Jocko set that one up. That was great. He pokes up, sees the AWP player holding a second mid, so he knows that he can flick onto that one. And now Buddy has a chance to maybe farm up some eco frags here. Actually gets removed by a USP before too much damage can be done. And it's just CK Zally left, so this is going to let HEET now finally take the lead.
Yeah, good to see HEET starting to really come into their own. And for Hummer, you wonder whether that spark of being able to get the lead, of that positivity, was it enough? Were they always needing the grind, that hunger to bring it back? Because so far on Inferno, they've always been on the back foot. They've always been trying to bring it back. And now you're in a position where you had the lead, it's been taken away.
Yeah, after that string of rounds together, Hummer now conceding 3. Really need to bring back that resilience they were showing us when their backs were against the wall. Especially now that we're so late in this half, in the tail end, just 3 rounds is what HEET needs.
So much util up towards his top of Banana, and Showtime drops. Even Donako's taking a lot of damage.
Oh, the HE is reigning supreme here for HEET. Huge amount of damage, forcing that rotate from ZQK over. Doesn't even have that AWP anymore either. Just the 2 CT defenders. delboNi, he's up here on, I've been calling it ROPS now. Zell, he gets the first as well. In this setup, it's not been revealed.
Oh, just aggressing forward, but straight into the hands of Jocko. And my goodness, he's been a madman these last few rounds. So much impact on the T side.
Got to be on ZQK now, pushing down to this smoke. Gonna try and actually push through this as it fades. Oh, this could be everything. The timing just misses their backs, but he has all the info.
And they need to try and get in quickly, though. They need some picks because the T's are going to continue to run forward.
Has the opportunity here, backs the turn. That's the first and the bomb drop. They're going to swing out and do the damage, but Afro, he's been brought low, and Tanoko, he's still in sight here.
The HP numbers could be a big factor. CK Zhao in from CT, needs to try and spam through the smoke. Danoko's got to step up.
It's got to be on Tanoko here. Are they going to clear him? They do. Jocko finds him, not quite able to find the kill. 5 HP, manages to get away with his life. Now CK Zhao in the 1v3, has him found the first. That's 1 kill found. Afro's low, so there is an opportunity here, but he has to find Lucky on full HP in towards Dark here.
How does he isolate the picks? Doesn't happen at all. Lucky with that timing of the strafe out towards the right-hand side from Dark. And it feels like the pressure's getting to them now. Hummer not being able to break this streak of momentum. And just impact plays are continuing to get found. Even in that round, you've got so much information. ZQK had the backstab.
Oh, the flank, it was perfect. Even drops the bomb. But you can see the response from HEET. As soon as that happens, they swing around with 2, ready for the trade immediately.
That trade was so quick. And it had to be quick. Because if it wasn't, that could have been a round-defining play. And for Hummer, they don't want to force buy. They want to try and play for OT here, Lucy. This is risky.
Desert Eagles, the only thing keeping Hummer from conceding map point here. Afro 25 for 10, having an absolute incredible game here. Jocko going to try and bully them off of short, off that boost. They're taking control early.
They're just trying to work the default, gain some further map control. The last thing they want to do is to run into any sort of stacking around like this. They'll know that the buy isn't going to be great at all, so they can play with the clock.
Jocko taking point here out towards long. Smoke's being dropped. Is being held in CT by ZQK, but he's holding a very passive line here. Just wants to try and catch a player out who maybe overextends on the lurk. Afro
just keeping an eye on for that boost. And Body's getting so much map presence over towards Arch, but he doesn't know about the Deagle on the other side. Can ZQK double up?
Yeah, that's the kill. That's critical. And even gets the second. Huge kills from ZQK. They have armor on these players. They can recover these rifles on the rotate. All 3 Ts pushing through. Showtime. He's tucked himself in. He's going to swing out with that 5-7 and get 1. Even Danoko chiming in for 1.
Very scrappy there for HEET in the 3v5. They've got so much time to play with, Lucy, and they just pop flash themselves through a smoke. Lack of information. You've got players all around. The 5-7 at first oranges. More eco pistols down for ZQK at CT spawn and for delboNi. And Afro's just got to save. Hold on to this AWP. This is a shocker.
No loss bonus, so wants to hold on to this one. Keep that investment for the next round where they can try and bounce this one back. And Hummer, off the back of just pistols, they're able to steal it away. ZQK just tucked into CT. It's not where you expect those opening kills to come from, but he's just holding that off angle and he's rewarded.
It's very frustrating because, again, it is a huge off angle to come through from the Deagle, and he doubles up. It's not as if he just gets 1 and falls instantly. And he would have felt as if we got so much map control. The fact that we're slow walking towards Arch into that CT spawn area. And then they find out themselves they've run into a trap. And what a play from ZQK, one of the most veteran players that we've got on the server, the oldest guy as well, to step up and to have impact in a round like this in a lower bracket game, of course.
Yeah, exactly when it matters most, when elimination is on the line. He had been quiet, but he's being loud here where it matters most. We do see the full guns coming out. Do or die here. Utility being thrown down into Banana. Bit of damage done, but Denoko's the one that actually comes out the worst.
Exercise just continuing to prod the spam. And you can see the back and forth affair of just trying to throw the util towards this Banana control. Eventually it's HEET to win out and start gaining that top Banana. Might actually be a little bit quicker with the XE this time around.
Yeah, it's just Showtime here alongside Denoko. They have to double up here. Showtime with the first. Denoko swings out the spray. It's great. On the second, even Showtime finding another kill. Puts us into this 2-on-3. And now Hummer, they have a chance here, but Afro, he's going to find a kill and put it back into the 2-on-2.
One of HEET's best players in the post plant, even Jocko getting aggressive towards that construction position. Damage done to delboNi, but a 1v2 for Afro.
Afro, 1 kill in the round already, but has to find 2 more. Holding with this AWP, it is the weapon for the job. These 2 players coming through, the util gets thrown out. Trying to jiggle for this angle, that's the first. Trying to reposition, he can't quite do it. The scope, it's there, but doesn't have the time to fire the shot. And CK Zhao, he's going to even it up to that 14-14.
Another clutch comes forward for Hummer in this second half. And it just shows how much reliance they have put down onto those 1vx's. Unfortunately, they try and beat together. The split comes through, and the refrag does not land by the AWP. ZK Zhao getting it done. The last tactical now for HEET. 14-14. We've got a game on our hands here.
Afro, 27 for 10. Jocko, 24 for 19. Hummer, highest kills on delboNi and Showtime at 17.
It's wild when you rain it off like that. To think we're here at 14-14. HEET. Just when you think Jocko brings it into a 2v3. And the fact that Afro gets aggressive up towards the first oranges with the AWP to force it back into an even playing field. It's just not enough. And Hummer, hang on for another round.
All on the line here.
Double AWPs too, Lucy. We haven't seen this before.
Oh, this is a change up to Noko. The full investment for him, taking it towards Banana, not going for the aggressive peek though.
Yeah, typically we see delboNi picking up the secondary AWP for this Hummer side, but they do want the change, an array of HGs up towards that top of Banana position. It already shows that there's nothing aggressive, because if there was, a kill would have been granted.
No AWP for Afro either, so this is a double AWP setup, completely uncontested. HEET, surely they won't be ready for this.
And knowing that they're gaining a lot of this apartment control, try and press their way forward into a brackets take. A lot of players into the apartments. Maybe another abs pop setup for the Frenchman.
Well, it has worked before for them. That bomb, it's been dropped there, trying to pick that one up, but he does get it in the end. Going to jump up there and join his teammate. Repositioning here, getting ready potentially for this pop.
Now, there isn't a single incendiary down on the A side. ZK Zhao, delboNi, and ZQK don't have that. I've only got a smoke to slow down the pop.
Yeah, not a lot of utility here actually for the defenders. Few flashbangs. Here comes the smokes. delboNi on site here. This crossfire has been set up. 3 players to defend. He gets out. He's fully blind, trying to spray down blindly, but can't find the kill. Jocko able to get him. delboNi on the site here. There's just so many smokes blocking vision. Jocko doubles up for a second, trying to get the third, but that's where delboNi activates. He's taken a lot of damage for it though, and with all of the utility raining through, he cannot do it. Showtime's rotated over, but he's only good for 1.
Great training game coming through from HEET. Has to be the save. And I've seen that smoke wall before. Those are the VP smokes from back in the day. You've got the top one out towards the balcony, double one across mini pit and big pit. And what that means is you isolate the defenders. You get the flashes through, you dive a couple of players down into that mini pit position, and you just try and uncomfortably make the CTs on the side directly. You split them apart from one another, and what Jocko is able to do there, multi-frag, put pressure down, the util of the Molly 2 towards that cold zero box, very good side take there from HEET.
Yeah, utility was absolutely perfect. I felt that there was nothing Hummer could do in response. The fact that CK Zhao gets full blinded, I think that's really what really disrupts any defense there. He gets removed, and then Jocko, he's just able to step up. They're abusing these smokes, using them as one-ways, and there's just no hope on the defense. And finally, we have a map point here. It's going the way of HEET.
Okay, pressure is building. OT or 16-14. Remember, we have seen HUMMER not win a single map pick this entire event so far, Lucy. And if they want any change to make that narrative go their way and to put the reverse on, they have got to be able to go into overtime. They've got to be able to put it into that position.
See what they can do here. MP9's on the board at the double AWP. It's a bit of a funky buy here. ZQK, he's going to get pushed off the line.
Oh, it's so aggressive. I like the pace that HEET have brought to the early stage of this round. And knowing that the AWP is still wide up on this CT angle, this could be an AWP duel, but it goes the other way.
ZQK finding that impact early on. The utility thrown back as well to gain this control. Afro, 27 kills, not a chance to get one more here in regulation. Jocko trying to find something on the other side of the map, but it's not being presented.
Dealing with the big man, that could be a highly impactful kill. And now for HEET, it seems like it's going to be a B play. They don't want to continue to hang around from this brackets position. There'll be two defenders on B. That's ZQK and the MP9 of Showtime.
ZQK has to come up big. We saw him having impact earlier with the Desert Eagle. Has to continue it here with the AWP. The smokes are raining out. This execute starts to come through. ZQK is holding the line. The flashbang comes through, so he can't hold this one. Drops the smoke to play around. Showtime. He falls off oranges, but he's getting spammed down. Body finds the kill, and ZQK, he's overwhelmed.
Oh, another great side take in from HEET. The entries galore as they open up B directly, and the CTs are so far away.
That bomb plant now can come through. They have to go for the retake here. AWP, MP9, and M4.
Even exercise, what a position. Off angle towards that top of banana position. Body being baited forward. They might not clear this.
Exercise on the line, but Denoko, he does it with the AWP. Body playing up close here, trying to swing on this MP9 player. It's lucky to doing the damage, but Denoko, he's finding all the kills here with the AWP. These two Ts have been brought so low. Jocko, it's all on him. They're swinging on the position, but he can't quite do it. The retake comes through. We're going up to 15-15 and going to overtime.
Oh my goodness, what a situation we find ourselves in. The retake being successful. We're going the distance. We're going to a break.
14-15-15 and overtime. In the first half, we were kind of questioning why did HUMMER go for Inferno, but now we can see that they actually prepared their CT side. We will have to see what actually is going to happen in OT, but first we'll have a short little break.
Your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, and staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Rebirth's a tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, but pack your bag now, keep your feet on the ground and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, you've got what
Well, 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 a tightly contested series here between HUMMER and HEET. We're going all the way to OT on the opening map of Inferno.
I don't think HUMMER are surprised though. So far, coming into today, they've played 5 maps here in the conference, 3 of which have gone 30 rounds or more. They love a close game. They love it when the score lines are down to the wire.
And the question is, are they getting there off the back of mistakes or just bringing that resilience through and staging the comeback? Because it feels like this one, maybe they showed that resilience, right? It was a 10-5 half. They were on 5. They staged the comeback.
Yeah, the clutches were obviously very important, but what a retake that was in the last round to get it into that sort of position. And now HEET try and see if they can try something a little bit different. Boost up with the NWP to look over that half wall. Not as much of a heavy exchange with the util this time around towards a banana position.
Back to that single AWP setup as well, just on ZQK. Had a lot of impact towards the later rounds in the half. We'll see if he can repeat that here in overtime. Afro, he's the man of the moment for HEET. Not given anything early on.
Had a very good performance when it came against that Encore game. One of the top fraggers, BoNi. One of the top damage dealers, down to 10 points of health. Very good utility sets. Showtime Trill trying to see if he could prod around for a kill, but they eventually just end up backing off.
Absolutely bodied by those HEs. Afro trying to re-peek into this one, but not going to be presented with anything. They're actually going to go for the boost here on the defense.
And now for HEET, they could start turning their attention back over towards this A site, get away in towards the brackets control, and try and flash off the corner, at least molly off that porch position, because that's where HUMMER have liked playing in the past.
And we've seen how great their utility has been on these executes toward the A-bomb side. You can see why they are deciding to favor it this time. B did not work out for them on the prior rounds. Flashbang slows things down. That clock is ticking.
That's a fair amount of information too. delboNi thinking he's going to get mollied out of that pit position. Nades that comes in and he's going to fall.
CK's out also chiming in for a kill though. He's swinging out the M4. The spray down is fantastic. ZQK on the rotate gets one as well.
A lovely rotation in from ZQK, and just the hold out towards that mini pit position. ZK Zhao with that M4 really stepping up when it matters the most. And driving that attention over, driving the damage forward, and HUMMER start things off successfully in OT.
That's exactly the position that M4A4 can shine. That faster bullet shooting. Wow, that's not the technical term.
The rate of fire.
That's it, that's the one. The faster rate of fire really coming into play there. Now we see the AWP still in the hands of ZQK. Not going for the peak here. He's in the neighborhood though.
Yeah, very aggressive in from Lucky, and without a teammate, you'd imagine a pop forward with just a single flashbang and try and see if he can get in for a pick and fall back.
Yeah, Lucky is getting ready for it. Especially with this aggression, the flash, it's perfect. Lucky rewarded with a freebie. Another player here if they want to set him up for this one. They are aware of his position. Jocko just going to go for the hard clear, and he is punished.
Oh, this is so desperate there for HUMMER. They could have slowed that down, had some retaking nades. Instead, they try and go in dry. delboNi caught with nades out, but he hasn't been seen. Out towards that sandbags position. The trade is there from Afro.
Oh, that's so awkward. ZQK now, he's got the AWP. He's the sole side defender here, although the rotation is coming through. That's a big kill onto Afro. Swapping to the duel. He's trying to do it in style as he pushes through the smoke.
Hang on, though, Lucy. They've over-rotated. Both of these CTs are down towards B, and HEET have got the information. This is an open A site.
Things are getting messy here into overtime. CK Zhao, he is the anchor here on the A site, but he's been caught out. The smokes go down. He tries to push through, and BoNi punishes.
BoNi is an AWPer? What is going on there? That's a great shot coming through for the in-game leader. And now for ZQK, he's trying his best to make this clutch happen.
I know exactly where he is, but the money is there. He may as well go for this. One more round to the good, and Jocko, he's going to swing out, and he closes it with the one tap.
Okay, bit of everything to unpack in that round. Obviously an over-rotation coming through from that HUMMER side. And for HEET, having that mid-round call to start the aggression down towards A. A very good shot being lined up from BoNi too. Just watching that peering gap on the smoke in case there was any aggressive push through or walk forward of the matter. 16-16. Who's going to take the lead to end off the first half of OT is now the next question.
Yeah, HUMMER feeling maybe a little bit overzealous in that one. Those peaks under Lucky, I mean, he just punished them so much. Only 15 kills for him, but 2 huge impactful ones there. Throwing the utility down. Not going to contest Banana early on, but they do have the 3-player lean for the CTs.
It definitely set up the round, that's for sure, with that opening impact. And Jocko trying to work around that front bracket smoke. HEET a little bit quicker into brackets again this time.
Setting out the flashbangs here for the teammates to pop out. Just 2 CT defenders. If they decide to go on this quick, Going to be going into a very lightly defended site. Body, he's wrapping all the way down through long and he's doing it fast. The smoke's come through. This assault is coming through. CK's out. He's tucked himself into apartments here. delboNi, he's the only one on site. These smokes are the only things protecting these CTs.
This duel could be everything. If Exercise wins this could be a round breaker, and now the time is stalling. He is slowing it down.
And look at the mess out towards CT. CK's out. He comes out behind though. All the kills coming through for the T's. It's a sea of yellow. Showtime gets 2 on response, but delboNi, he's now tucked into side alone, and Exercise eventually hunts him down.
I get the feeling that, especially on T side, HEET are at their best when things get messy. When the side takes are coming through, when players are really close in a while one another, and the trading game. That's where we've seen them really open up A.
It's that synergy, right? Just that team coordination. This entire team, this roster has been together for so long, grinding it out. And you can see it now on display here against HUMMER, who maybe they have the experience, but not quite that synergy and coordination when it gets into the nitty-gritty.
And now the pressure of course, being in overtime, being on your map pick, you've got to strike. You've got to push it to the second map, being 1-0 up in the series. And for HEET, now you've got the AWP out for Afro with Jocko. We know how good he was at Banana last time.
Yeah, the CT side was where HEET put up that 10-5 half. It's where they were unstoppable. And Body's got an early info here. That's a freebie for him. Gonna back off. Bit of damage done to Body and Jocko, but they do get the kill.
Are we really surprised? Anytime we saw a boost up towards that half wall, it was just a rain of death down there towards Banana. And what were we saying? HUMMER need to take Banana control later into the round. That was something they were struggling with in regulation.
Yeah, not quite learning their lessons here and giving up that early kill. ZQK gonna post up in the half wall himself. HE might do a fair bit of damage here. Actually, Afro brought low, but the swing, he's just holding for it, does not budge a muscle.
No flash up onto the angle. Cheeky attempt in there for the AWP, but doesn't quite work out. And now for HUMMER, you find yourself in a very awkward position. 3v5, start working your way in towards A. And for HEET, they're so defensive. They're so deep.
Yeah, they've rotated another player over as well, responding to the fact that they think that this rotation might come through. So they have the defense here, although that bomb hasn't actually moved. Still sitting in towards Banana.
Jocko and Afro playing off one another, and that boost up towards the flower pots. It has been checked on occasion here for HUMMER, so they could still be able to have the pre-aim.
Afro just tucked in with his AWP, ready to swing out. Jocko up on the boost. It's the perfect crossfire. The nades come through. Does a fair bit of damage for Afro. He swings out with the kill. Jocko gets cleared, but Afro, they are aware of this position. The flashbang comes through. He's holding the line, waiting for the head to be presented. Can't quite hit the flick. They're trying to just stick him in here, but it's the Molotov that does it in the end.
They're running out of time, though, Lucy. They've got to try and get this bomb down, but Body swings out to the open and delboNi punishes.
They move into the 2-on-2 here. Smoke and a flash for these two CTs. The T's, they double up out towards Ruins. Exercise making his way up towards Banana. Lucky just holding the line here.
He's not seeing anything towards first oranges at all. They've got to smoke. If they get that down to the bomb or towards construction, that might force the fight.
Oh, Showtime spots Lucky there. That's the cross confirmed. delboNi now looking out for the contact here. Smoke gets dropped. He's holding the line. Lucky finds the kill though. It's all on Showtime there. That's the first. The bomb. It's not being stuck. Showtime's able to do it.
Another clutch. Can we just keep adding them to the tally? HUMMER and 1vXs. Of course, we can have the discussion about the smoke not going down to the right position. Massive gap in that left-hand side. And because of that, the exploitation comes through. Showtime with an all-important 1v2.
17-17, as close as you like it. Map point, one away, but which team is going to get there first?
Oh, this is anybody's game. We have gone back and forth with these rounds, back and forth with the praise. And Afro with the AWP trying to make something happen, pushing himself aggressively for an opening pick. And ZQK on the other side trying to contain that Banana control. And for HEET, how do they respond after losing that last round? It seems like they want to continue to put the nades down towards Banana. Not really doing that much damage though.
They don't overcommit to Banana this time. They don't give up that early kill, which they did previously. So they're able to take it later on, which they were having success with. So map control has been gained from HUMMER without losing any casualties.
Try and see if they can retake some of this Banana control. Decent flash over from HEET to try and give some more info. You can think about Afro being the quick rotate in from that arch control. For HUMMER, they have taken top Banana. They might leave a lurk through of Denoco and everybody else to prod back into A.
The AWP starting to rotate over as well. Afro making his way to the B side. They're going to be leaning towards that. But is it going to be the right call?
If they press forward, though, this could be the info play. Flash over the top. Body's going to try and get aggressive.
Sets himself up here. Going to swing out. The flashes are good. Afro, he's forced off the line. Or forced up, I should say, to take the line. holding it now with the AWP of his own. The utility comes through, he gets pushed off. That Molotov doing a fair bit of damage there, and actually BODi, even on the fadeaway as the smoke comes down, gets the kill.
It's going to be an app spot again. Fake over towards that B side. Exercise has got to step up in the balcony.
Oh, that incendiary does it all. It slows everything down. They have to force through it. He's able to get through without too much damage. So little time left. Lucky and Exercise had the perfect crossfire. All 4 Ts barreling through. Exercise swings out. The bomb gets dropped. Lucky he chimes in for one of his own. He even closes it out.
Lovely. What a display that is from the 2 site anchors. And it comes down to the utility usage. If that incendiary doesn't go through, they probably fly out of the gates. They would have just pounced on that one. And what ends up happening is it's a little bit of a cancellation. The first player, ZK Zhao, runs through the incendiary, gets down towards short, but the bomb's stuck. The bomb's in a position where it can't commit further forward, so they're stuck in short in the apartment. They can't continue the aggression.
Map point now here for HEET. An opportunity to close this one out. Utility thrown down towards Banana. See what damage they can do this time. ZQK takes a little bit. Exercise, he's up on this boost again.
They're trying to get up aggressive. And for HUMMER, they have been in these sort of positions before where they need to dig themselves deep. And ZQK not seeing anything up towards Car or the half wall with the orb. Very passive round. Interesting setup over towards A. We've actually got 4 and A early round here from HEET. Didn't see a lot of this in regulation.
Afro with the AWP in towards Apps here. The flash comes through. Ooh, gets the spot on the player, but it can't quite hit the flick. Can now drop off that position. No harm done.
At least he doesn't get traded, right? Can fall back, play a little bit more defensive on A. Can even relocate over. Could be one of those rotators over towards a B site. And that seems like what the call's going to be. Get him out towards spawn, help him over. HUMMER going to start putting some pace down towards A, though.
Utility firing in here. Lucky. He's tucked into quad. That Molotov actually giving him a bit of cover here. They might not be ready for him to be in this position. Just tucked in the setup with Exercise. This could be everything, but the kills come through. Jocko, though, he swings out through the smoke and is good for one of his own.
Oh, this lurk up towards the top of Banana's going to do the damage, and now Afro's the last one left. 1v3 situation.
Yeah, they're rotating off to the B side off the back of that ground that Showtime's managed to gather, and Afro, 31 kills. Well, now we'd have to find 3 more if we don't want to go to double OT.
Oh my goodness, what a round. I really like that for HUMMER. You throw so much of a distraction over towards A, and as soon as Showtime deals with the only B player, that's it. It's done. Afro going to try his best at the clutch.
Has to go for this one. Last round of this OT. Has the Desert Eagle. Bit of utility as well, but he's running out of time and he knows it. He aggresses forward, and Showtime closes it out. We're running it back. 18-18, double OT.
Okay, here we go. First map of the series. First map of the best of 3 to really reign it through. Again, lower bracket elimination game. Both teams here trying to fight for survival to get themselves in one of those advancing games tomorrow. And just when it feels as if it's going one way, it starts going the other. And HEET, while they had the chance to close, while they had the chance to upset in the first map of the series and take it for themselves, it doesn't happen.
Double OT. Good time to use those remaining timeouts. Get the coach on the line. They've had a few opportunities here. Can't let this slip.
He will be happy about that because they've used all 4 of their attacks. So the fact that actually HUMMER still has a couple left shows the fact that they haven't really been using their tactical pauses so far this map.
HEET get a moment with the coach for free. Probably do want that one. They lost a few rounds that maybe they shouldn't have. So maybe it's good to get a bit of peace and quiet, a bit of a chat. Get some words of wisdom. Now we pop into the first round of our second overtime.
Afro looking and peering down in towards that second mid position. No one's aggressive, so it doesn't seem like anything's going to get gathered. And realizes that internal timer that there could be a swing out from the bottom mid. They are taking Banana quite aggressively, though.
Yeah, Jocko's pushed all the way down here. We saw HEET doing so much work in Banana during regulation, and they're doing the same thing here in OT. Jocko gets all the ground for free. He's going to back off as that smoke fades, though. He doesn't want to give up his life early on. He even deploy a follow-up smoke to hold on to this position.
I typically see Jocko being one of the weaker elements for HEET when it comes to Inferno in the last 3 months. Just to see him putting on a performance like this shows good signs.
Afro close range here with the AWP. That's presented a kill. Denoko's cracked forward, but Afro holding the line, trying to juggle around here, and he is good for the kill. Takes a lot of damage in the process, but the double up does it all here, opening kill advantage, and even sticks around.
I can't believe he's still alive, and he's looking in for a little bit more. There's the triple coming through for Afro. Not quite the quadra overall. The damage has already been done. What a sick sequence that was in brackets.
Can't believe he gets away with that. Puts them into the 2 versus 4. Now things slow down, HUMMER. Showtime's actually going to be aggressing out towards B quickly here. Jocko is here, and the rotation has come through from Lucky.
Got to cancel that bomb being too far back. Don't want to run through the incendiary, and know that Jocko's got a crossfire now. This could be a very easy side take.
They do find Jocko though. That slows everything down, but he's good for the hold. Lucky swings out through the smoke, and he get the first round in OT.
And just when you think they put the smoke down, they break it apart for the CT setup, that if you deal with Jocko, you probably get the bomb down on the site, but not to be. Jocko holds himself off for one, and even his teammate runs through the smoke itself. HEET reliant on this play right here for Afro. Just to think that you're working with such little space in and around that pillar that he's able to do as much as he did.
You'll see a lot of AWPers find success there. It's a favorite spot of Modesty to play that pillar. You can see why. You can really juggle around that and get a lot of ground, enough time to take multiple shots there, because that's often a luxury not afforded to AWPers.
Afro starting to feel as if he's getting warmed up in this overtime. And Jocko, well, this is just what we expect from him. Aggressing down Banana, success being found, but he does lose his teammate on a spam.
Yeah, par for the course, him advancing down here, but he's going to think maybe better of this, having lost a teammate. Oh, that HE. There's a chunk of damage there onto Janoko. He's actually going to stick around here. I guess the flames preventing him from retreating. Now he's going to go back to safe ground.
Just jump spot, Afro aggressing forward, even with the flash coming through, he still catches ZQK.
Oh, that's a fantastic opening there. Catches them with their backs turned as they're rotating back towards bottom Banana. Puts them in the man advantage now. They're going to be repositioning back towards A here. No ground taken towards Banana. delboNi going to be walking straight into Afro, and he's good for those.
They know better than that. You knew that Afro was playing up on that long side. You can't peek him dry. You've got to peek him with a flash, a molly or a smoke, and instead that peek came in before the util was used. Afro could even be on for another triple.
He's holding the line here. Both of these T's on the other side of this smoke, and they walk straight into him. Even the reposition, ooh, just manages to get away. He's going to re-peek this. He's feeling the confidence. Does go down eventually to the wall bang, but the teammates are there.
Afro's having a really good game right now on Inferno, and sometimes stepping up in OT can make the difference. 20 to 18, 2 in a row now for HEET. And just thinking about it, Lucy, we've seen a lot of success on the City side. Could there be a potential of a 21-18? Imagine how insane that would be that HEET get 3 in a row in this first half.
That could be the difference maker here. That could be what allows HEET to take it over the line in double OT. HUMMER Esports, everything on the line here. Elimination match. And they want to take Inferno. Was that map pick?
ZQK, what can he do? Can he be the one to step up in overtime? And we know that he's been a little bit quiet in comparison to the AWPer on the other side. Flash through, very aggressive for delboNi, taking so much damage from the flames.
Yeah, so many sound cues there for Lucky. He knows that this player is pushing through, and he can swing out and get that kill for free. Too easy for him. Now the T's, they're going to group up towards Banana, but there's still this double setup, and another smoke comes through.
Jocko's peering aggressively, wants to try and fall back, get up to the first oranges. HUMMER are going.
Well, that incendiary though, that slows things down. Prevents him from pushing further. Jocko between a hot orange box and a hard place. Afro sitting in this smoke as well towards Coffins. He's ready to swing out on contact.
There's so many players in and around the B side. Jocko at first oranges, lines him up and drops that bomb. Another TK into the mix, Lucy. This is what, 5 now? Oh, there's even one on the HEET side.
Oh, the TKs go back and forth. ZQK 2 HP in the clutch now. The bomb is dropped. All 3 CTs holding his line. Would be incredible if he could do it, but it is all against him here. Trying to peek out, and Lucky, a perfect half, 21-18.
I actually reckon we've had more TKs in this single map alone than the entire conference so far. But nevertheless, he end things on a massive high. 3 rounds in a row, convincing 21-18 scoreline, and now one more is going to be the ticket to win their opposition's map pick. 3
opportunities to do it here on the T side. How are they going to approach this one in OT? Afro with that AWP. Body taking aggression here. ZQK is on the other side with his AWP. They're going to be pushing up into him, holding the line. That's an opening kill.
I would have heard that. They missed the jump the first time around. Try and go in for a second. Body and trying to pin them through with that utility standpoint. Drag those aggressive fights further forward. Even delboNi getting forced off angle.
Can't get too cocky here. You're on map point. You've got 3 opportunities, but you can't concede these. We saw what HUMMER could do when their backs were against the wall. You don't want them to repeat that in overtime.
And without a doubt, that was when they were at their strongest, when they were trying to claw the rounds back from the comeback. ZQK peering through, not seeing anything out towards long. Might go aggressive to a brackets peak again.
He's holding the line. The incendiary he threw out, but he does get flashed off at exercise. He's pushed Thorn through here, trying to take the ground. ZQK is holding this with the orb. Oh, what a flick onto the head of exercise. ZQK doing it all in OT. Opens it up and finds the second. Potentially holding on for a third here. They're trying to advance in this position. That's the bomb drop. ZQK gets all 4. One more to find, and it's CK Zhao who does it.
We've seen how strong he could be. Out towards that arch position, behind the pillar. We saw it previously with a dig. Now we've seen it with an orb. What a sequence in by ZQK. Individual fights being landed. The first shot was a bait. They wanted to send exercise over to bait out the AWP for that trade, and instead he hits an absolute ripper.
2 more opportunities. All on the line here. ZQK fired up off that multi-kill. Considers going for the deep peek, but afro is holding this line.
HEET just know it's 1. That's all it takes. 1 to close this map, to not force us into another OT. HUMMER trying to be on the defensive hold towards our A site. Another apps pop set up in sequence.
Smoke slows things down. You can see exercise a little frustrated by that one.
Slight cancellation.
delboNi's rotate over here. The smoke is 0, and he can deploy that on any contact. ZQK, close combat. Oh, hits the shot, the narrow angle. That's the bomb dropped out towards Boiler as well.
He's stepping up in OT. These last couple of rounds, he's really feeling it, getting those impact frags, and so much information has been granted by that single AWP pick that now HEET have to back off, show the presence elsewhere, start regaining some of this banana control.
Smoke deployed as well. That slows this down even further. Exercise trying to go for a contact play here, but is punished with a dink brought down low off the back of that. Tanoko setting up a flashbang here for showtime. This could be huge. No one there to receive it though, but he does get the info.
Needs to go back, play the man advantage. delboNi even on rotate. 3 players on B to hold.
Showtime goes to swing out though. He gets punished for it. The flash doesn't quite set him up. And now this assault can come through. The Molotov is perfect. delboNi swings out. He is good for 1. Damage has been done. These players are so low. Tanoko has to find these kills and he's good for 2.
Afro in the clutch. We've seen him here before. 1v2. Get the bomb down. Still the AWP in play.
The 1v2 to take the map for HEET. Repositioning here. Both of these CTs coming from the same position. The AWP is the weapon you want for the job. The bomb ticking in his favor. Utility light for the CTs. No smoke. And they don't know where Afro is positioned.
They're really slowing this down, taking their time. And for Afro, this is just building right forward into his comfortability.
Clock is ticking. Afro, he hears them coming. Has the AWP, swings out. The collateral does so much damage. Knows that he's low, switches to the pistol, but there's just no time. He's just trying to bait this with the PJ50, and he does it. Afro in the 1v2.
What a clutch to come through. And just when we've given so much praise over to HUMMER in clutches, it's HEET to get the clutch to close it out, to take the first map in the series. That was a tough one though, Lucy. When you think about the 10-5 half, when you thought it was going to be over in regulation, it goes to OT, but they get the job done.
Really gets the heart pumping there. The double OT. We're going to throw it to a short break, and then we'll be back to see how this one continues.